Yesterday was my favorite place, but today I don't see nobody. All alone, no familiar face. Need someone to be right beside me. 7 days and 20 hours since you left. Different ways, your voice still popping in my chest. And I still hope, I hope you're coming back soon. You're coming back soon. Take me to another place where the fairy tales don't end. Magical, magical land, magical, magical land. To another place where the fairy tales don't end. Magical, magical land, magical, magical land, magical, magical land. Magical, magical land. Magical, magical land. Dreaming about those days with you. I can't stand that you ain't here with me. My life's a mess all because of you. Need you now to be right beside me. 7 days and 20 hours since you left. Different ways, your voice still popping in my chest. And I still hope, I hope you're coming back soon. You're coming back soon. Take me to another place where the fairy tales don't end. Magical, magical land, magical, magical land. To another place where the fairy tales don't end. Magical, magical land, magical, magical land, magical, magical land. 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 Take me to another place where the fairy tales don't end. Magical, magical land. Magical, magical land. To another place where the fairy tales don't end. Magical, magical land. 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 Magical, you love me. You tell me that 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 you love me.
Show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you. I want you to know me, 'cause I know then you'll see we can be true, we can be true. I want you to see what I see in us, something so real, something so real. I want you to see that this is a love that we both feel, that we both feel. And how will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying? And how will we ever see if we are meant to be? It's terrifying, it's terrifying. It's a losing game, it's a losing game. But this time it's more than another love war. This ain't the same, this ain't the same. They say love heals all, it makes it all alright. In time, in time. My heart still feels the breaking, but you make my world so bright. Feels so right, it feels so right. And how will we ever feel that what we've got is real? There's no denying, there's no denying. And how will we ever see if we are meant to be? It's terrifying, it's terrifying. Gaëtan est pour vous, здесь c'est ta чуай. Постей умба, джал ветен шуйта, замасеруйта. А что-то доя, не стунду шоя, правда доя, самолет в шива сот, на тасипле, ноги сипле, ноги куе, все семена.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is currently the top of the hour here on July 20th. It is Monday, and we're going to go ahead and get started here with our Evergreen Lead Machine webinar. We're going to go through some of the resources and some of the system, how it works, how you are able to utilize the system to be able to leverage your list and all of the wonderful things that come along with this marketing space. So as is customary always, before we get into the meat of our presentation, we'd like to go ahead and share a little personal development, some words of wisdom from some of the leaders that are currently putting stuff out into our time. This one right here, Jordan Peterson is one of the people that I like to listen to from time to time. I find it to be very intelligent, very logical, and has a lot of really good advice to share. So we're gonna talk about sacrifice here from the words of Jordan Peterson. And again, I did that again. I do a lot. All right, here we go.
You write in the book, there is no faith and no courage and no sacrifice in doing what is expedient. What do you say to those viewers that don't pursue their dreams and are locked in their careers because they are too afraid to take risks and pursue something meaningful?
Well, the first thing I would say is, well, you should be afraid of taking risks and pursuing something meaningful. But you should be more afraid of staying where you are if it's making you miserable. You're paying a price by sitting there being miserable. You might say, well, the devil I know is better than the one I don't. It's like, don't be so sure of that. The clock is ticking.
Yeah,
and if you're miserable in your job now and you change nothing, in 5 years, you'll be much more miserable and you'll be a lot older.
But isn't it a luxury to pursue what is meaningful? Our viewers have mortgages, they have children, they have payments and loans. It's a luxury to pursue because we lack the resources.
Well, I don't remember now, I'm not talking about what makes you happy. It's a luxury to pursue what makes you happy. It's a moral obligation to pursue what you find meaningful. And that doesn't mean it's easy. It might require sacrifice. If you need to change your job too, let's say you have a family and children and a mortgage, you have responsibilities. You've already picked up those responsibilities. You don't just get to walk away scot-free and say, well, I don't like my job, I quit. That's no strategy. But what you might have to do is you think, well, this job is killing my soul. All right, so what do I have to do about that? Well, I have to look for another job. Well, no one wants to hire me. It's like, okay, maybe you need to educate yourself more. Maybe you need to update your curriculum vitae, your resume. Maybe you need to overcome your fear of being interviewed. Maybe you need to sharpen your social skills. Like, you have to think about these things strategically. If you're going to switch careers, you have to do it like an intelligent, responsible person. That might take you a couple of years of effort to do properly. We're built for struggle, us human beings. We're built to contend with the world. We're built to contend with reality. You want a challenge, and the best way that you can take on a challenge, because a challenge fortifies you. So you don't want to be secure, you want to be strong. And you get strong by taking on optimal challenges. And so you lay out your destiny in the world, and you take the slings and arrows of fate, and you make yourself stronger while you're doing so. And you might fail, and fortune might do you in. But it's your best bet. And you know, people have extracted unbelievable successes out of catastrophic failures. And I'm not saying that in a naive way. I know perfectly well what happens to people. You know, you're doing fine in life and then you get cancer, and then 6 months later you're dead. And all the heroism in the world isn't going to save you at that point. But that's not the point. That's not the point. Life is bounded by mortality. But that doesn't mean that you don't get out there and contend, and you develop by contending, and you minimize the net amount of suffering in the world. And that's something, man, that's something to do.
All right. So minimize the amount of suffering in the world. That is something to do, right? That is a profound statement if you do think about that. So just think about that from the scheme of, or the view, so to speak, of what you can contribute, how your ripples change the way that mankind moves forward into the future. And our goal here with everybody today is to teach you how to go from $0 to $200 per month or more using the Evergreen Lead Machine system and the processes that we go through. Now, obviously, there's no guarantee of success here, right? Just like our clip there with Jordan Peterson says, and, you know, are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to challenge yourself? And that's really what it comes down to. Are you willing to do the work that it's going to take to actually make that happen? Now, the reason why we want to help you go from at least $0 to $200 per month, of course, we want more than that, but the reason why I want to get you there is because that's where you have most of the basic foundational systems covered with your internet marketing career, right? So you have your autoresponders, you have your hosting platforms, whatever it is that you're using to be able to establish your presence online. Because believe it or not, if you're trying to make money on the internet, just like if you're trying to make money offline, you need a place of residence or some real estate online. That's your website, that's your Facebook profile, that's your YouTube channel, that's your Twitter account. These are your areas of real estate, your signs, so to speak, on the internet. We're going to show you how to do that and then be able to monetize that using a very simple system, actually. Now, a lot of times, why should you listen to me, right? A lot of people ask that, why should I share? Why should I listen to what you have to say? Well, here in these particular slides, most people like to put a lot of stuff, long, boring stories about how awesome they are and all that kind of stuff. Here's what I'd rather do. I'd rather just show you rather than tell you, right? Because here's what we do every other Saturday, every second and fourth Saturday of the month. That's actually going to be this coming Saturday. For those of you who are curious about that, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we actually go live inside of our ELM Connect Facebook group there. And we show you how to do this, right? And what we're going to be sharing with you here today on this webinar, hopefully makes sense and doesn't base its reality on who and what and where I came from, all that kind of stuff. I mean, of course, we can butter the bread if you guys wanted to hear about the toast, but that's not really what we're here for, right? We're really here to make sure that you have the opportunity of being able to earn yourself an income, not based off of what I've been able to do, because that's irrelevant, right? What can you do? So we're going to go here and we're going to show you live. Now, right there on the side there, we have a quote from Russell Brunson. And if you go onto Facebook, find a niche specific group, post value in that group, look at the ones who like and commented, add them as friends, post value in your newsfeed, promote your website, repeat, get traffic. Okay. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I started a Facebook account a long time ago for the sole purpose of earning income. That is it. And it has probably been one of the best resources I've personally ever used to be able to earn income. And we show you how to actually use it the way that I've personally been doing it over the course of, well, ever since Facebook was contending with MySpace. So that's how long we've been around doing the same process. We've done it on Twitter, Facebook. We've done it in just about every form of social media that there is. It works every single time, no matter what platform you're doing it on. So it's not necessarily that. It's the platform. It's the process. It's what we do. We're going to actually show it to you. So if it makes sense to you, then we would encourage you to do that. So instead of breaking it down for you and talking about how awesome I am, Tony, but all the plaques and all the companies that we built and made millions of dollars, and say it's just not worth it. We're just going to show you exactly how to make a sale for yourself. How does that sound? Because your first 10 bucks is a lot more valuable than any dollar amount that we can post and boast about that we have shared. Now, first, let's talk about one thing. A lot of people ask that same question: how is money made? This is a really important question to ask yourself, because I don't think that very many people are really aware. And I'm actually quite certain that a lot of people are actually afraid of the thing that makes money, because I'm about to reveal it to you. Here it is. It's called sales. Okay. You need to sell something. And a lot of people in the marketplace, I've personally been in sales most of my life. I was a fast food manager at one point. I really had a good time selling frozen Cokes. Those of you who are old enough to remember Burger King, I was a Burger King manager at one point in time. And they came up with the idea of frozen Coke. How can we sell you less Coke for more money? Here, we'll freeze it. Okay. That's basically what that was. I thought the machine was cool. Basically, it was a Coke slushie. I'm now kind of dating myself. That was back in 1998 when I was doing that. And I would sell them to people who would want a frozen Coke, right? And that was my first. Everybody used to tell me I should sell cars. I should sell cars. And then I went and sold cars. And that's where I got introduced to the actual art of selling things to people. And I've never actually had a year where I've made less than six figures in that environment. Sales actually is the highest paid career choice that you can get. Of course, unless, obviously you're an actress or something like that, you're selling things, right? As even at that level, you're selling yourself. Your career is a sales thing. Otherwise, you're supporting sales. So in life, you're either in sales or in support of sales. Just to kind of give you an example, a lot of people are afraid of that customer interaction, and that's where that bridge comes from. This is sales, by the way. If you're in online marketing, that's what we do. A lot of the stuff we do can be done with robots. We're going to go into that in just a moment. But this is basically how it breaks down. If you have a job, you are supporting a product or service being brought into the marketplace, regardless of whether or not you're the one doing the selling. Generally speaking, the one doing the selling is the one that has the highest paycheck. So just kind of keep that in mind when you are looking for ways to supplement your income. Sales is the best way to do that. Affiliate marketing gives you the opportunity of being able to do that without actually having a product to sell, because you can sell other people's products. So the next question is, well, how do we sell stuff, right? That's what we show you every other Saturday. We're going to kind of go through some of those basics here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a gumball. Okay, so if we're going to sell a classic gumball, we would go out into the marketplace. Now, a lot of people would agree with you. If you said I could buy a gumball for a penny, a lot of people would also agree with you, and they may have been guilty of this themselves, that they would agree that you could sell a gumball for a quarter. Okay, now you can buy them for a penny, but you can sell them for a quarter. You yourself may have purchased one for a quarter a time or two, and that's basically what we can do. We can turn a penny into a quarter. This is basically how commerce works, right? This is how you make money. You invest in something and then turn it into a higher value by breaking that down. There's another analogy using an iron. A block of iron is worth $5. If you make paper clips out of it, it's worth like some more money, whatever. I don't know what the actual numbers are. I don't want to divert from our actual message here, but the same concept, right? Now, in this particular element right here, if we were to go out into the marketplace, we were to sell one gumball at a time, we would be able to sell and earn 25 times our initial investment, but we are limited by the physical constructs of time. We are only able to sell so many gumballs in a period of time, so that limitation is a problem, so to speak. Now, we are returning 25 times our investment, so for every $100 that we invest in gumballs, we are returning $2,500, which is fantastic. But again, if we could do that in an hour, that would be even more, but one gumball at a time would be very difficult to do that. So what we would need to do is we would need to multiply the number of gumballs that we are moving per transaction. So instead of investing a penny, we invest $2 and sell a bag of gumballs now for a $20 bill instead of a quarter per gumball. This is basically the wholesale model right here. You are, of course, in this case, earning less on your return, your investment. This is only a 10 times return and not a 25. So if you were to invest $100, you would only return $1,000. Boo-hoo, right? At this particular point in the game, you are still limited, of course, by that pesky clock. Time is not your friend in this scenario because, again, you're limited by the number of bags of gumballs in this case that you can sell per hour. So what you need to do to be able to, solve that problem there is increase the number of bags per hour you can sell by employing others so that you can get more done. So we can see here that we have Cartoon Larlin here. She's sitting there with the gumball truck selling bags of gumballs for $20 a bag. Now, obviously, that particular environment there where you've got the people out there doing the work, you got the trucks running, you got the bags being sold. All of that carries with it cost, of course. In this particular case, you can see you're sitting behind a desk, crunching numbers, making things happen, but you're keeping less of each transaction. But at this point, you're actually making more money because of the fact that you're, number one, not involved with the actual transaction itself, but there is more volume because, again, you are employing others so that you can get more done. Now you can go and get 15, 20, 30 Larlins and have as many gumball trucks as you would like in this particular scenario. But we could take this to another level as well and introduce the automated system. Now, the automated system is really awesome because here's what this does. Instead of making less money per transaction, we're back to making that 25 times return on investment. And this happens round the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because we have introduced a robot or an automated system that is going to sell those gumballs for us. Our only job now is twofold. Number one is to put that automated system in front of a captive or target audience. And number two is to fill it with content. In our particular case, well, let's say, for example, we want to put our gumball machine in a laundromat. So if there are people who are there with a pocket full of quarters, captive for 30 to 45 minutes while they're waiting for their clothes, they might put a quarter or two in a gumball machine and dispense that while they read their newspaper, whatever. Maybe their kids would want it or whatever the case might be. In that scenario, we are not involved in the transaction, but we are still profiting from it. And again, right back to our original profit margins. So now in this particular case, when we employ others to get more done, we have them facilitate that automation. We get incrementally more done, exponentially, so to speak, more done with that automation. So Cartoon Larlin here is able to produce more revenues with less work because that automated system, of course, maintains your initial ROI. And then, of course, you have that facilitation of filling that content by employing the others so that you can get more done. The point with this whole process here is there's two ways that you make money. The first one is people at work, and the other one is money at work. In the beginning, if you do not have the money to put to work for you, you need to be those people, the people at work, good old-fashioned elbow grease, right? You just get out there and you sell one gumball at a time until you have enough money to buy a bag. Right. And then once you get to the point where you have a bag of gumballs, you sell bags of gumballs until you have enough money to buy a Larlin. When you have enough money to buy a Larlin, you have Larlin sell enough gumballs until you have enough money and connections to be able to get those automated systems in place. So that's the whole money game. That's how that process can work with if you were to sell gumballs. The same exact process goes as an affiliate marketer online. There are tools and resources that you can introduce automation with that help you get that leverage point. Your only job is to fill them with content and put them in front of the right audiences. Now here, I just want to kind of ask you a really quick question. I want to put this on your mind. Is your time worth $2.25 per day? Would you pay $2.25 per day to get your time back? See, time is the only thing that once you spend it, you never get it back. Money, you can get back. As an example, $2.25 per day is 9 quarters, or bring that down to 9 gumballs, right? We've sold 9 gumballs a day. Now we have gotten all our time back. Now, how much of your time would you expect to get back for that $2.25 per day? Well, what if it were 2 to 3 hours worth of time? I would argue that automation saving you time and helping you make money because it gives you the opportunity of focusing on the thing that matters most in your business, which is that sale, right? The sales aspect of your business is where your actual money is going to be made. So what you want to do is you want to focus your energy in that component, whether it's writing better copy for your automated systems, whether it's learning how to have conversations so that individuals are swayed to your direction, whatever the case might be, whatever skill set you need to learn, that's what your time should be better spent doing, letting the automated systems go to work for you. Now, ELM itself uses leverage and automation in a very similar fashion that most systems do. You might recognize that there's 4 income streams that are free inside of the Evergreen Lead Machine system for people. As an example, if you are an Aweber or Get Response affiliate, those are free programs that you can join, and you get to put your affiliate IDs inside of the Evergreen Lead Machine system once you unlock your dashboard. That gives you a free income stream for any of your referrals who are just getting set up, learning how to do the internet marketing for the very first time, and getting those autoresponder platforms set up. Aweber just recently released a free level for everybody. So you'll have an opportunity of getting a free Aweber account that's going to have up to 500 subscribers, and you can send up to 3,000 emails per month with that particular account. I don't know all of the details behind that. It just rolled out, but that's going to be a very awesome thing for everybody. So that's going to give you an opportunity of getting that autoresponder set up for free as well, saving you some of that monthly overhead while you build that foundation of cash flow, that revenue that you're going to need to be able to stay in business. Get Response, also free, gives you 2 options there. You have the $100 per CPA, got basically cost per acquisition, and the recurring. So you make the best choice there. You also have an opportunity of adding your ClickBank ID into the system once you have unlocked the second tier, which is basically just getting 9 leads, and then Platinum 100. Platinum 100 bonuses are paid out on the 15th of every month. That's basically a bonus that is paid out for those of you who are in the system, helping the system grow by referring people to it and helping them get their dashboards unlocked. Paid systems inside the Evergreen Lead Machine, 12-minute affiliate. That is the ClickBank product that is sold in step number 2. We'll explain that momentarily. ELM Connect partnership. You have an opportunity there. We'll explain that as well. And then TextBot. These are all tools, all resources that help us in our mission to be able to monetize our traffic and basically self-liquidate any of the overhead that we have in our business. And I'll show you how that all works here in just a moment. So when you unlock level 1, basically what this means is you refer 3 active members to the system. An active member is basically a person who creates an account and confirms that the email address they put in is a real one. All they do is just go click on the button inside of their email, and that confirms them. So basically 3 double opt-in leads. And that gets you unlocked. And then what you do is once you've done that, you set up either Aweber or Get Response. You'll have an opportunity there of partnering up with ELM Connect. We'll talk about that here in a couple of minutes. And then you have you set up your first income stream, potentially your second as well. If you have unlocked more, if you've referred 9 people to the system, we'll go into that here in just a second. Level 2 here, or sorry, partnering up. This one actually we're going to kind of touch base on because it's really important. The system requires that you have a specific number. Right now, it's only 1 here in a little over a week. We're going to be turning that back to where you're going to need 3 people every 30 days to have an active account inside of your Evergreen Lead Machine system. These partnership plans come with traffic, so they're going to keep you active, so you don't have to think about it. Basically, every month when your partnership renews, you'll have an opportunity of getting clicks that are going to be sent directly to your Evergreen Lead Machine system, and there's enough there to make sure that your account does not get removed from the system for inactivity. Even at the ELM Junior Partner Plan. So there's 3 of them there: the ELM Junior Partner, the ELM Pro Partner, and the ELM Elite Partner. Okay, these also build the bonus pools. This is where your platinum bonus pools come from. Any of the revenue that comes into the system, first, all the expenses, whatever the system costs to maintain, is taken out. Then the remainder is put into a bonus pool and then divided equally amongst the individuals who qualify for that. There are a number of bonus pools that are available. The Platinum 100 bonus pool is the one that we're referencing here, but you can participate in that as a free member. But this is actually where the revenue for that is generated from the sales of these products. So if you're a free member, you want to make sure that you're out there in the marketplace promoting these products so that you can maximize any bonuses that you're trying to obtain. This helps you generate cash flow right away because you have the opportunity of reselling licenses to the software applications that are there. And of course, the goal here is to help you ramp up to Elite as soon as possible. And this, of course, starts at $47 a month. Now, the reason why you want to ramp up to Elite is because it's the best deal. This is $197 per month. And what you get is you get obviously your ELM Connect Chrome extensions, the ones that are all part of that. You get the profile PROFITEER membership area. You get what we call the static funnel. It's a funnel that you can't change, but you get that so that you can give away free software and then upsell to paid subscriptions. That happens automatically. And of course, all of your buyers are zapped over to your list, and you get a lot of traffic. You get 150 ELM clicks per month that are going to definitely help you reach those levels on your list, be able to help you find that dream 100 that you're really looking for inside of your system. It's a consistent flow of traffic. And of course, with this one, you also get 50 reseller licenses, which you can resell the software applications that they resell at anywhere from $97 a month all the way down to a minimum of $25 a month is what you, according to the terms of service, allowed to sell them for minimally. You can also give them away as bonuses. Lots of opportunity unlocks itself for you here at the Elite Partner level for $197 a month, but you can start for $47 and build your way up with your cash flow to this level. And this, of course, gives you basically a business in a box. And that's what we want to make sure that you have so that you can develop as much cash flow as possible. Level 2, once you've referred 6 active members to the system, you have the opportunity of adding your ClickBank ID. This, of course, is another one of the free income streams inside of the system. This promotes the 12-minute affiliate program. There's a $10 trial to this when you have the opportunity of earning as much as $380 per upgrade. And that's if anybody decides they want to purchase the 12-minute affiliate, which we, of course, highly recommend that you do. The reason is because this particular program gives you a 80 email sequence that dynamically updates, which means it automatically updates with products that are converting right now on ClickBank that are related to the niche and or space that you are currently working in. In our particular case, it's the home-based business opportunity space. There are 2 of the niches as well. What we always recommend that you do if you decide to take advantage of the 12-minute affiliate program is that when you go and join that you join at the lifetime account. There are 2 different versions of it, one with 3 niches, one with 1. We recommend the 1 niche. It is $395 one time, and that gives you access to the system. Now, here's what that does. Basically, for $400 one time, you are employing Devon and his team for eternity, for as long as the internet works or their hearts are beating. You're employing them to go out onto ClickBank. They find the products. The system gives metrics and statistics that help you get solid products that do convert through the campaigns that are built into the system, and they automatically update. So you're going to be selling things that you didn't even know you were selling. The reason why we built ELM was because of the success that we were having around the 12-minute affiliate program, and wanted to make sure that we knew the people who were signing up so we could help them get started right. And that's what ELM does is helps you build your list virally and puts people into this campaign to sell them the products and services related to the space that they might be interested in as they're continuing to move forward. So I hope that makes sense. This is, again, a free income stream. You do not have to buy it to earn from it. We do recommend that you get it because it helps you earn more money in the long term. So hopefully that is enough information on that. If you do have any questions with that, we do have a Q&A here at the end that'll give you some opportunity to understand what's going on. Level 3, once you've referred 9 active members, basically 9 people who've confirmed they give you a real email address, you get access to a vacation voucher. This is valued at anywhere from between $585 and $1,785, depending on the location that you choose, of course. Now, this is not a free vacation. It is a free hotel Okay, so whatever location you choose, you will be responsible to get there, for one, to feed yourself, for two, and number three, you also have to pay any taxes that might be associated with that. And give you an example. If you were to go to Las Vegas, if you're here in the United States and you wanted to go there, it costs you $60 or something like that for 3 nights in a hotel in Las Vegas. And that, of course, there's other ones as well. There's anything that you could choose from. Now, what we recommend that you do here is once you've unlocked level number 3, you just go ahead and choose whichever place is appealing to you. Now, once you have made that choice, you'll receive a voucher. That voucher is going to have a little ID on it and a phone number. All you need to do is call that phone number, give them that ID number. They're going to get, they're going to collect those taxes and fees from you, depending on the location. That can vary, but that's it. And then you schedule your vacation. So you have anywhere between 18 and 24 months to be able to get that scheduled out, depending again on that location that you choose. And what you do is you schedule it out for 12, 13, 14, 15 months from now. Okay. And then you use your business. You build your business, you build your list, you follow what we're going to teach you here in just a couple of minutes. And you do this every single day and you stick to it. And you watch that flower, you watch that fruit grow, you watch that happen to where when you go on that vacation, your business is what's funding it. That can be your what you call semi-retirement into the laptop lifestyle vacation celebration. My wife and I, we went on one a long time ago. It took us 2 years to get the revenue to do it. We had $11,000 in our bank when we went, and we had an income stream that was coming from the internet as well. We were very excited about that. That's what we did. That's why we thought this would be a really good idea for you. To be able to set this goal for this destination, this reward for yourself as you continue to build your business. So make sure that you set those goals, because those goals are targets that help you realize your true success. And remember, success is not reaching the goal. Goals are milestones of success. Success is the gradual realization of a worthy idea. So hopefully that makes sense. And let's set those goals. Let's make sure we hit that. Now, Platinum 100, the bonus pool here, basically, like we said earlier, this is built from the traffic purchases, as well as any of the ELM Connect purchases, any revenue that we do generate, that a portion of that goes into these particular pools, Inner Circle and Platinum bonus pools, and is paid out on the 15th of every month for the previous month. All you need for this is 100 active members, okay, 100 leads, and a 10% participation rate, which means 10% of those 100 people have unlocked their dashboard. They're participating. So you can participate in that bonus pool every single month. So how this works, really simple. Pathway to Platinum here, you basically just need 100 people, 100 leads, 100 opt-ins who are opening the emails, all that kind of stuff, right? And then 10% of them need to unlock. 10 people need to refer 3 people to the system. Now, the beautiful part about that is when these people refer those 3 people to the system, those 3 individuals, when they unlock their dashboard, actually go onto your email marketing list. That's the viral component. That's how ELM builds your email list when you're moving forward. But these individuals help with that through their marketing efforts as well. So if they buy traffic, what that's going to do is those leads are going to go into your list. They're going to unlock their dashboard. They're going to be able to get set up and queued into the system. And you're going to get a couple of leads onto your marketing list. Now, the ebb and flow of the system, what this does is like we said earlier, right now it's set to 60 days where you have to refer 1 member every 60 days in order to remain an active member of the system. If you are not an active member of the system, your account is simply deleted. What you'd have to do is just start a brand new account if you wanted to, right? The idea is to keep you moving forward, to keep you moving in the right direction so that you are constantly marketing, constantly getting new leads, constantly getting new traffic. That's the whole point of the ebb and flow. And your list grows. They don't get deleted from your email list. They just get deleted from the Evergreen Lead Machine system itself. So you get to identify those people. Now here in a little over a week, we're going to turn this clock back one more time, and this will be the final time it gets turned back. You'll need to refer at least 3 active members every 30 days in order to be considered active in the system yourself. So you need 3 people, 3 leads, 3 double opt-ins every 30 days to be considered active. It just means you're promoting the system. That's all it means. And then when you're promoting the system, you're looking for others who will do the same thing. And then that is where you build your Dream 100 over it, right? So basically right here, what we're looking for is quality over quantity, right? We're looking for 100 active members. If you have 100 active members, that is all you need to build a core team. That is all you need to build your circle of influence. It's all you need to be able to build that group of people that you can go into the marketplace with new product opportunities, new product launches, all of the things that the internet is famous for making millionaires out of. You actually can participate in that, because not only do you have yours, but remember, they're all working the same system you are. So they're building their Dream 100 as well. So there's a huge opportunity for you to be able to build that organization, that team, that network of people that you guys all go out into the marketplace with the same vision. Remember, ELM is your Dream 100 builder. There's two different Dream 100s, okay? They're the concepts, I should say. The first one is your upward Dream 100, right? You're reaching toward inner circles, groups of people that you want to get noticed by. You want to get into their inner circles. And then there's also a tribe of people you're bringing with you, right? So each of us is a little bit further down the road than others are, right? So what we do is we follow the people who are one step ahead of us, while the people who are one step behind us are following us. Real simple. What we're looking for is we're looking for those people who are opening our emails. They're the active members in the system. They're people who are buying the product. So for example, they bought something from you. They're subscribers. You know, they subscribe to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. They're following you. They're basically interacting with you. They are paying attention to the direction you're going when you're going places. So it makes it a little bit more, what you want to say, predictable when it comes to what you can do when you're promoting offers and whatnot. So 100 is that goal. Now, keep in mind, we don't stop at 100. The same thing that got you 100 will get you 1,000. That'll get you 10,000. It'll get you 100,000. It's the same process. It just exponentially compounds. So what we've been able to do is we've been able to break this down into just a few daily steps, some things that we do every single day to make sure that we hit those numbers, right? We make sure that we expand our reach. We put our ads out there. We make sure that we have our ship in the water, because rising tides raise all ships. Now, the first thing here, ELM commitment number 1, this is really important. This is, there's 8 steps here. This one we put as number 1. We actually had this, I believe it was at number 5 or number 6, but we moved it to number 1 because this is by far the most important one of all, right? This is your personal development. This is your philosophy, right? Your philosophy is everything that you know and what you think about it. So your worldview, right? That is what your philosophy is. So now if you take a look at our opportunity to influence our philosophy, it's by what we put into our minds. Okay, so if you are interested in learning how to become a marketer, learning how to become an influencer, learning how to become a leader, learning how to become any of those things, you want to study that thing, right? That's what you should study, that whatever it is that you wish to become. Now, you can do this in your car. A lot of us drive to and from our jobs. We spend probably in a given week 3 to 4 hours in our vehicles, and sometimes more than that. I know when I was driving, I spent a lot more time in my vehicle than that. Now we're fortunate enough to, I think we go through maybe a tank of gas a month. We don't drive very often. But when you do, what you want to do is you want to turn your car into a drive time university. Basically, when you're in your vehicle, don't listen to the news, don't listen to things that are negative, music, all that kind of thing. Listen to personal development. Listen to somebody who is a coach, somebody who is an author, a podcast, something that can help you achieve what it is that you want to become. Take that time and invest it. Even if you're not really listening to it, your subconscious mind is still absorbing it, and that still helps shape your philosophy. You also want to make sure that you read books. You want to read 10 pages of a good book every single day. If you do that, that simple discipline, if compounded over time, can add up to be a lot of books, right? If you take a year, for example, 10 pages a day is 3,650 pages of a book every single year. That's about 10 books. Okay. The average person only reads 1 book after they get out of high school. So if you read 10 books, you're going to be 10 times further along the road. Now imagine that for 2 or 3 or 4 years, right? You become a completely different person in the way that you think, right? And when it comes down to everything that we do in life, how you think is so much more important than how you do, right? Because how to think is what makes the choice, the action, the philosophy, the activity. It all comes from that. So motivational videos, inspirational people, hang out with the right people. That's important as well. Personal development inside of the Facebook community and the ELM system. On the left-hand side there, you'll notice that in unit number 5, we have a number of things that we find as valuable in the personal development space. Maybe you will too. So we'd encourage you to check those out. That's there for number 1. Now, if we cruise on down here to number 2, you want to make sure that you get connected. And by that, what we mean is participate in the webinars. These ones right here, we do these every Monday and Friday. If you're an ELM Connect member, every Wednesday you have access to a group that we go live in there as well. And then every second and fourth Saturday, we go live in the ELM Connect community as well. If you're an ELM Connect junior partner or above, you'll have an opportunity to be a part of that. You want to show up here and make sure that you share this with your new members. If you do have any new members that are joining the system with you, reach out to them and share the times for this particular webinar with them. Like we said, we do these every Monday and Friday, and we go through the whole process, and we have a Q&A at the end to be able to answer any questions, anything that we might have overlooked, and be able to help meet people where they're at and get them moving forward. Next thing here, obviously, if you're reaching out to them, let them know about the webinars, you are contacting them. You also want to make sure that you lend a hand, right? Reach out and lend a hand. Help them get to that next level, right? Get to where you're currently at. Get to your level of understanding so that they know that the system's not here to scam them out of money. We get that a lot. We have a free system, and people say that we're scamming them. We're not, because we're not. We have a free system. We've paid people who have never spent a dime in the system. So you have the opportunity of earning the same exact thing, as well as the other affiliate commissions that are available to individuals. So we're not scamming anybody. So what we need to do is let people know that, right? Just reach out to them and explain how it works. You can send them here, right? This is the best way to do it, because obviously we're building this so that they're a little bit more easy to understand, that the philosophy, right? There it is again, behind the system. So here we go to ELM commitment number 4. Make sure that you're posting at least 2 engaging posts on Facebook each and every day. There's engagement posts, social proof posts, getting real about stuff posts. There's lots of things that you can kind of tap into that you can post on Facebook. If you're a member of ELM Connect, again, the profile profiteer is going to give you the opportunity of being able to basically just have a roadmap. It's a 30-day roadmap of what to post every single day, and send to your email list that's related to that post, so that you can get traffic and eyeballs, grow your subscriber base, grow your list, grow the people, give them free software. Hey, the system is really designed to help you as much as we possibly can. But what we need from you is, like we're going through, a small commitment to Facebook posts every single day. Now, ELM commitment number 5, this is adding 5 to 10 new friends every single day using ELM Connect system right here. These are the automated systems that we were talking about. Would you invest $2.25 per day to be able to automate the time it takes to find the right people to speak to? And that's kind of the question that you have to ask yourself, right? And that actually went down because we were calculating the cost of Aweber into that. And if you're just getting started and you don't have a list yet, Aweber will actually be free for you. So that $2.25 per day, that 9 gumballs is actually less than 9 gumballs. So if you invest 9 gumballs, well, you got extra stuff going on. So just make sure you do that. We kind of modified this one a little bit too as well. We like to make the commitments easy. Right? The definition of easy being something that you can do. The problem with something that you can do, it's also something that it's really easy not to do, right? And you're not going to notice a lot of differences today in that act of doing that. But over the course of a year, there will be a significant difference. So one modification, if you're serious, is I would take this commitment right here, and instead of adding 5 to 10 new friends every day, I would try to make 5 to 10 new connections every day, meaning have 5 to 10 new conversations every single day, because that's what's going to get you to the level to where you want to be within your marketing sphere. Here, ELM commitment number 6, send 1 marketing email each day. Like we said, Profile Profiteer is going to give you an outline right here. You can see that you can send that broadcast each and every single day for a period of 30 days. It is a kind of like a 30-day blitz, so to speak. And when you have a nice little for 30-day, for the next 30 days, I will do this thing. Your first commitment or your first day post and email is what your goals are for the next 30 days. And then at the end of that 30-day period, you're recapping them and you're sending that to your list. Now, those things, when you're doing that, that keeps you accountable, right? It keeps you accountable to yourself, your goal, your commitment, but you're also publicly stating it, right, as part of the 9 rules for committing a goal to make it achievable, right? One of them is to make it achievable, but to achieve the goal, you also want to post it publicly. And sending those marketing emails each and every day, that's actually going to help you do that. ELM commitment number 7, 1 YouTube video every single week. Now, we made this as a weekly commitment primarily because this one's really scary, right? A lot of people, when surveyed, I don't remember who did the survey, but When surveyed, people, the number one fear that they had was speaking in public. And this is basically the equivalent of that in the digital world. YouTube is a really great place because basically what you're getting is you're getting your own TV channel, right, for free. And it is one of the most trafficked websites on the internet. And uploading one new YouTube video each week will give you a way to be able to tap into that traffic. When we originally put these commitments out, one of the most common questions that we had received was, what do we post? I can't tell you what to post because, to be honest with you, I have seen some things that I would be amazed would make money that are earning significant amounts of money, such as just opening your toys in front of a camera and uploading it to YouTube. But what I would tell you, if you're looking for inspiration, right, is to take the commitments that you're making to yourself, take these ELM commits, do them every single day. If you do them every single day, you will have more than enough content in your mind to be able to share with other people on your YouTube post every week. So as an example, if you're posting on Facebook every day, if you're sending out your email every day, if you're committing to personal development every day, if you're turning your car into a drive time university, if you're doing those things, the information that you learn, you just simply share with your audience, right? Like I said, but this is an easy way to get traffic. If you do any videos about the Evergreen Lead Machine, that's a really easy thing to do. You can, talk about what you've learned in the Evergreen Lead Machine, what the Evergreen Lead Machine does, how it works from your perspective. We'll share that inside of our ELM group there, and that gives you some traffic. If you're a person who is watching any of those videos from that particular module, watch, like, and subscribe to the channels of those individuals if you like the content that they're sharing, but be respectful of their videos. Treat their videos like you would, like you'd want yours to be treated, right? Don't go onto their channels and like post links and stuff like that. They just have to moderate it and delete it, which is more of a nuisance than anything. So don't do that to them, and hopefully nobody would do that to you, right? Make sure you plan your content. That's easy to do. Like we said, you can look for the inspiration through the activity that you do throughout the week. And then, of course, when you do make your video, review it before you upload it to make sure that your screen sizes are correct and there's no weird noises in the background. Sometimes our microphones pick up things that we weren't aware was there. More often than not, it's fans. Right? Fans blowing on a microphone is not something that our ears detect as well as the microphone does. So it makes it very difficult to hear it if you're watching it from the subscriber side. So those are some things that can just help your videos get a little bit more views. And then, of course, right here, ELM commitment number 8. We have a little bit of Bob Proctor with the mother of all learning to kind of share with you a little bit about our story about being here a year from now. We're not going to play that video. We're just going to leave that sit there for now. We'll put a link to it because it's a little bit long. We'll put a link to it in the description so that you guys can get an idea as to how Bob Proctor kind of talks about the repetition being the mother of all learning, right? Because that's basically what it is, right? We're human beings. We learn through 2 primary mechanisms. The first one being repetition, the other one being trauma, right? So be here a year from now. This is really important that you follow these commitments. You repeat these commitments day in and day out for a year. It's going to seem mundane. It's going to seem kind of off, or sometimes you're not going to feel like doing it, but those times where you don't feel like doing it are where everything really shines through. So you want to make sure that you have that opportunity to be able to give yourself the time it's going to take to reach the level you want to reach, right? It's so important. Finally, we reached our Q&A portion of tonight's call. So we've got any questions? Let's go ahead and take a look over here. What I'm going to do really quickly is I am going to take a drink really quick, and then we'll come back in and get into some of the questions that we do have here in the queue. So stand by. All right. So first question we do have coming in from Dan, and it says, do you have to update your friend connector to the ELM Connect extension? I only ask because I can't put it on my work laptop. Okay, so the ELM Connect extension is going to be, it right now is a fork. It's a mirror. It's a copy of the friend connector extension. But as we continue to develop it, it's not going to be. It's going to change into what we're doing with it. Some more of the features that are going to be added are going to be more related to what we use, right? And as we begin to evolve it, it will be different. But right now, no, there's no difference really between the two of them. You could install the one if you wanted to, or you could leave it the way that it is. But at the end of the day, when we get all of the updates into the Elm Connect extension itself, it's going to be more geared toward exactly what we do with it versus what it's designed to do for its current purposes, right? So just keep that in mind for the future. But right now, there's no difference. It's not really going to make much of a difference. So Dan says, I got another question here. It says, what do you suggest when the 80 email sequences for the 12 MA and takes about 4 months? I was just going to start it over. Yeah, okay. That's yes, start it over, right? If you wanted to do that. What I recommend actually with that 80 email sequence, Dan, is that you broadcast daily, right? You send an email every day. And what you do with those is you find the emails that get the highest open rates and the highest click-through rates, and you add those to the campaign. So what you do is, say, for example, each one of those emails is story-based, right? They do the C's program. Well, it's not the C's program. It's basically the same concept. They're story selling emails. But if you put a space in between them, right? Say, for example, email number 1, put a 2-day space. Email number 2, you put a 2-day space. Now you're tripling the lifespan of that campaign. You're emailing your list every 3 days. And then what you do when you're broadcasting every day is you are finding the emails that your subscribers, you know what I mean? The ones that are going to resonate with Dan, okay, your message, the way that you speak, the way that you type, the way those things, right? Those people, you're going to find them. You're going to find the emails they open. And then you just pop those emails into that sequence right in between those days. In that scenario, what you would end up with is you would end up, number one, tripling the amount of time. So you got almost a year of follow-up sequences, but you're also getting that audience to resonate with you. You're personalizing it. You're making it that way. So that's kind of that's my take on that. Starting it over is probably the easiest thing to do, right? Just start over. And then, of course, okay, you got to follow up on that, which is change subject lines. You could change the subject lines. I don't see any reason to. The reason why I wouldn't is because, like Devon says, people aren't paying as much attention as we think they are. Right? So whenever we're emailing it out, especially if it's, if we did it, even if we just let it run for 80 emails, like roughly 4 months, right? People aren't going to remember what the subject line was on the other email, right? They're not even gonna remember it. They're not gonna care. So that's there, especially if they're still there. And maybe they probably more likely, the odds are they didn't even open the last time anyways, right? Because it's all a numbers game. So there's like a couple different strategies there. What I would definitely recommend doing is adding in your own flavor. Put a little Dan style into those emails. Find out the ones that people are opening when you're emailing it to your list on that broadcast, whichever ones have the highest open rates, and then add those into the sequence as an automated campaign as well. That's what I would do. So actually, that's what I do, but I do. That's not what I meant, but put the little poop emoji. Anyways, next question we have coming in from John. Is there going to be a change in the ebb and flow to be a little bit longer than 30 days, or is it going to be every 30 days? The ebb and flow, John, is going to be a 30-day cycle, so that when you are qualifying for your bonus pools, it makes it easier, right? Because your participation rate is what causes you to qualify or disqualify from it. Now, if you take into consideration the bonus pools source, right, where the revenue comes from to pay those out, we want to encourage everybody to be a partner, be an Elm Connect junior partner minimally. Now, what you're going to receive with that is you're going to get 25 Elm clicks a month, right? So you're just going to get your every month when your account renews, you get 25 more clicks added to your the rotation on the traffic that's just running automatically. So that gives you a consistent flow of people to keep everything active. If you have the system set up the way that we've got it designed to be, right? If you have your Aweber or your GetResponse, I recommend Aweber, and then take all the people out of Aweber and put them into get response that are opening, right? Just do that. But because if you do that, none of those people are actually getting removed from your list, right? That's not what's happening. It's just they're being removed from ELM. There's no reason for them to be in ELM if they're not going to do anything, right? They're probably never going to log in again. If they do come back to log in, they don't have an account. Okay, it is what it is. They weren't following the process. So those individuals aren't people that you would want to work with during the time frame that they were scrubbed from that system, right? Because that's what it is. It's designed to help you find that group, that 100 people that when John says, I have an offer that we're going to bring to the market, I'm going to do a coaching program and I want this to happen for this group of people, you'll have people that raise their hand and say, I want to join that, right? And that's the idea behind ELM. In its infancy, and as we continue to move forward to Q4, the final version of the system, John, is going to allow you to control that, right? So you can put any delay that you want. You can turn it off if you don't want people to delete from the system. I personally did it because of the amount of energy it was taking, how it bogged down the servers with just tons of accounts that were fake. People putting in fake accounts, trying to cheat the system, all those kinds of things. That's why we did it, to eliminate those particular instances. It also prevents people from being able to cheat the bonus pool system. If you're trying to rotate traffic down, you're going to have an aneurysm trying to keep up with it. So that's a lot of those are put in as safeguards to maintain the integrity of the bonus pools and be able to help you find those individuals who you are going to want to work with moving forward, right? Because that's basically what it is. And if you take a look at it from the perspective of a team builder, right? If you have your team members, they come in, they become partners, they do those things, they're contributing to the bonus pool, so you're going to earn income from that. But at the same time, they're not going to go inactive. Like, it'll never happen because the traffic's just going to keep going. And that's how the process works. So there's a couple things to take note on here, John. First one, end of Q4, when we launch the final version of this, and you decide to take advantage of that, which you're more than likely will because you're here, right? You'll have an opportunity of being able to set those rules however you want them to be. You'll be able to put whatever offer you want to put into the system. So as an example, if they come in, if you don't want them to have to refer anybody to unlock, you can unlock. If you want them to refer 900 people to unlock, it will, right? If you want one referral base, 3 only or 10 only or whatever the case might be, you could do that. We chose 3, 6, and 9 because it was inspired by Tesla. Those who can figure out the significance between the numbers 3, 6, and 9 have the keys to the universe. That quote right there. So that's kind of what we have there. A lot of things are going to be available in opportunity-wise as we continue to move down toward ELM's first year in existence. Because remember, be here a year from now. Our original goal was to build a system where anybody can put any program that they want. We launched on my birthday, roughly 20 days after I watched a very brief YouTube tutorial on how to do PHP. So we've come from there to here in roughly 5.5 months. So the next 6 months are going to be outstanding because we have done a lot of the market testing. We know exactly what everybody's looking for. There's a few things like, for example, John, what you're bringing up here that people are drawing concern from, but at the end of the day, the solutions are in place for that and right, that final version of the system, it doesn't have that for you. You get to make the choice. So hopefully that makes sense. Next question we have coming in from Mark, and Mark is saying, is there any timeline or ETA on the release of some of the new functionality being rolled out into the ELM Connect, i.e. the tagging capability? That, Mark, is actually going to be its own independent extension, and that is going to be called the ELM Messenger, right? ELM Messenger, CRM, and then basically what that's going to do is turn your Facebook Messenger into a CRM. That's what it's going to do. That should be in its ready to go beta phase by the end of this week, Mark, because you're an Inner Circle member. You'll have the wonderful privilege of getting your own copy of that. And of course, that's hopefully, okay, hopefully, don't hold me to this because it's not, I'm not personally building it. I'm relying on other people, which usually disappointing. But at the end of the day, tentatively, we should have it here by the end of the week in its phase where you can go in and start getting all those things that you saw in the prototype. So hopefully that gets you excited as far as that goes, because I'm excited about it. We should also have those other ones done. The whole inner circle system should be ready to rock and roll by the end of this month. Our initial launch of the system was on the 1st of this month. So that should be ready to completely go at the end of this month. And we take our current offer, we put that into webinar. Some of those things, those of you who are on the fence about the inner circle program, take it now. Don't wait. It's going up by $500 for every 5 people who join the program. It's up at $2,495 now. There's only 4 spots left at that point. Get into it. If you have questions, just ask. We'll be happy to answer them. But once it's all said and done, there's some of those bonuses are going to go away. A lot of the stuff that's inside of there that like, for example, Mark and I don't know if anybody else is on. I can't say that Sue's on right now, but you get that others aren't going to get once we've evolved it to what it's supposed to be. Right now you're in the beginnings of it, so you get the funnels and all that stuff. We just got everything automated so that when you make those sales, those accounts are automatically created, which gives us the ability to scale. Right, that's important. And that kind of thing. So there's a lot of stuff that's going into that, but all of that should be done by the end of this month. That puts us 180 days in, which gives us 180 days until our final mark of the year, anniversary of the system itself, right? Q4, end of Q4, that's when we're aiming to have the final version of the system ready to rock and roll. So that basically what we do is the idea behind it, since John, if you're still here, the idea behind being able to add your own offer is when we're out there in the marketplace, what we teach you to do is go into groups and give people a free system. That's what we teach you to do. So what you need to do is with your modifiable ELM system, right? You find the group that you want to go in and build a group from, a list out of your circle of influence, your friends, and you take that product from that group. You put it into your version, and you can have as many copies as you want. So you put it into your version and you give it to them. Here, this is free. They get onto your list. They get to go through the system and they join, obviously, the autoresponder platforms. They become a partner with you. All of those things that are available, all of this is the end goal, the vision for the future of the system. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that paints a picture. Hopefully that gets you excited, because from my perspective, it's what I've always wanted. So, I mean, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for like 12 years. And nobody ever made one. And so we built one. So, fine, have it your way. We'll just make it ourselves. So that's how this is going. So hopefully that makes sense. We get another question from Charlotte. And Charlotte says, clarify the PROFITEER can be used to send emails to my ELM users only. Am I also able to send it? Okay. So using okay. So the profile PROFITEER, Charlotte, is a membership area that you own, right? You're an elite partner. So you own a membership area that's already done. You have all the content in there. You have a link. Okay. So when you take that link and you share it with you can share it with your ELM users, you can share it with your Aweber list, you can share it with your Facebook profile, you can share it with the world, you can share it with YouTube, you can put it on a postcard, doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to get people to take that free software. You're giving away a free software to build your list inside of your Kartra account there. Your little list inside of there is going to follow up with them to sell them the additional software where you're going to keep the money. It's going to pay directly to you. I don't know if you have that set up inside your account yet. I haven't taken a look at your account. I know you and I have a one-on-one that we're going to be discussing that, I believe, this evening. But the idea there is that you get paid all the money. It just goes directly into your bank account so that you get deposits every single day. Daily deposits help you get with your cash flow. They help you get everything moving forward. They keep you in business long enough to stay in business, if that makes sense. So you can promote it any way that you choose. What we recommend is promoting it the same way that we teach it, right? I built it based off how I sell, right? So if you're following the same concepts that we follow every other Saturday, it works really well. If we're running cold traffic to it, there's some modifications that need to be made. As an example, the free software doesn't give you enough information to make a decision unless you've spoken to somebody first. So running traffic to it's not necessarily a good idea for conversions. But if you were to speak to somebody in a Facebook chat and say, "Hey, I've got some a free app if you want it," you're welcome to use it to be able to help grow your business, right, or whatever. And that's going to be there. So we're going to create additional front end lead magnets for you that you'll be able to use as well. Everybody who's interested in that elite program will have that same opportunity. But the system itself is designed to give you as many lead magnets as we can give you, so that you can build that targeted list, right, and then sort through that targeted list so that you can find the right people and reach the goal, whatever the goal is that you have with the system. So I hope that makes sense. That does look like it is the last question currently in the queue. If you do have any further questions, I know there is a little bit of a delay in between what I'm saying and what you're hearing. That delay is strangely not consistent. So I'll just kind of blabber on here for a little bit of time, just kind of see if anybody has anything that they'd like to throw into the queue there. We'll get that squared away as well. And then if not, we of course are going to be going live again on Wednesday in the ELM Connect partner group. Anybody who's a partner, you're welcome to come to that. It's a little bit different of a format. We don't do the screen share like we do here. It's more of a Hollywood Square Zoom style format. Everybody has an opportunity to grace the microphone. Again, it's a little scary because, public speaking and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure that everybody has the ability, the resources, the time, and the space to become the leader they were truly meant to be. So with that being said, it does not look like anything is further coming into the queue here. So I will bid everybody a farewell for this Monday. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic week. We appreciate every single one of you coming out, supporting what we're doing, supporting this process, supporting us as we go through the development of the system, because believe it or not, the system is not fully developed. It is only partially developed, and it's gotten us to where we are right now, which is amazing. Hopefully, if anybody has any questions, comments, and or concerns, you're welcome to reach out to us anytime in our support desk. This was a fantastic week. We'll talk to you on Friday.